Welcome to FSHD Straight Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into living with FSHD. I'm your host, Tim Hollenbach, and I'm on the journey with you. Having FSHD, I understand the challenges it brings to patients and their families. We're in this together, and this podcast is a space where we swap stories, share advice, and talk to experts to get the latest news. There's plenty to say about living with FSH muscular dystrophy, so let's get straight to it. Welcome all to the episode here of FSHD Straight Talk podcast. I'm your host, Tim Hollenbach. Thanks for being here on yet another episode. We have a great guest. Had this conversation with Art today, and it was amazing. He was very prepared, shared some great diagnosis story, his FSHD story, walked us through his ambassadorship with the BetterLife platform. We talk about that, and then growing into what is now the Iowa chapter. He went to the Volunteer Leadership Summit in January, which he wanted to do first before he came on here so we could kind of talk more about the chapter. A definite person of a preparer, a good leader for sure. And I'm really proud of him for like taking that initiative and like growing a chapter. That's hard to do. I tried it here in Wisconsin, kind of really didn't happen. If anybody else wants to help out in Wisconsin, let me know. So I've kind of more pursued the podcast more than anything. And when I was asked to reach out to Art a little bit, kind of try to connect through the FSHD Society's connections of Ann and Aaron, those are one of the things that Art said. I just kind of want to do the VLS first, and then let's connect. And hence we created this really fun, interesting, emotional episode of his stories. And then, of course, he shares a vision, which is remarkable to kind of close out the interview. That's as much as I'm going to tease that because it's a great vision. And it's a practical vision. It's not, moonbeams and unicorns and whatnot. It's not that. It's really realistic. You could see it happening. And it's being created now with the help of people like Art being involved with BetterLife, being involved with a chapter. So many of you that are involved to whatever degree or amount that is. If it's a participant in a chapter, if it's a participant in a Zoom meeting, if it's doing fundraising groups and things like that, all as part of, pumping this machine, keep rowing through so that we can get what Art describes is a fantastic vision of kind of maybe what a treatment does and how it can affect a young life. So at the end, I definitely want you to kind of key into that vision that Art has for us. He describes listening to a podcast episode, which was very humbling, that kind of inspired him to get going, with Johnny Quintana, who talks about Johnny is a climber. So with FSHD, to be able to do that kind of climbing is unreal. About a year ago, that was aired on the 25th of March, 2025. So you can definitely listen to that episode. It's awesome. If they want to replay it, FSHD Society, they can, but it is there for you to listen to anywhere where you find podcasts. So yeah, so today's episode is that. It is it talks about someone blazing a trail, someone that has a vision for FSHD world community, and how Art is being a key part of that. FSHD radio at fshdsociety.org is my email. You can search me in socials, Facebook, got the DMs open there. And someone actually reached out to me in LinkedIn too, so you can do that if you like, if that's more helpful for you. Any way I can help, just let me know. This podcast is for you. It is for the listener. It is for the guests I bring on. I'm just kind of the middle ground, the person that kind of helps bring it together. On top of that, can't do this without people at the FSHD Society, Ann and Aaron, who do helping with getting guests like they did with Art here, or editing, or anything else that this show, the way it looks and the way it sounds, is all them. I just have what I have, and I kind of hit record, and off we go. And having great guests is key. I really need you to reach out to me. Come on, let me hear your story. And if you want to broadcast it for others to help, Art talked about how Johnny's story impacted him. Your story can impact others. If you think it is just, it's just a story, it's just me living here, wherever, it can be inspiring. You just don't know who you can inspire, but you got to kind of take that leap to share and be comfortable to do it. There's no pressure. I mean, if you want to, you want to. If you don't, you don't. But I just want to say that your story can impact people more than you are really aware of. And it happens to me from time to time where I hear people talk that way to me, and it makes me feel good. That's not the driving reason, but It is, to make myself feel good about it. It's me more or less trying to get the word out to inspire other people that FSHD should not be the end. It's just another spot on the road, on the map, things we have to deal with. How can we deal with that? I think helping each other is the best way, not feeling alone. And I really hope that this platform can bring that to you. So love to hear from you. FSHD radio at fshdsociety.org. Yes, today's guest, Art Abrams from Iowa, talking about Iowa chapter, talking about his experiences at the BLS and being an ambassador to BetterLife along with his vision. So without further ado, let's get on with the conversation with Art. What you do matters. This year is a pivotal one for our FSHD community. Therapies are at the horizon and there is excitement in the air. Whether you're living with FSHD, supporting someone who is, or simply care about helping others, there's a role for you. You can help to coordinate community gatherings, welcome new families, advocate to policymakers, raise awareness among healthcare providers, or support events that advance research. Every action drives real progress. No one should face FSHD alone. Get involved and make a difference today. Visit fshdsociety.org/volunteer to learn more about all the big or small, because what you do matters. As promised, here's our featured guest for this episode, Art Abrams. Thanks for being here, Art, and a lot of things to talk about. FSHD community might know you. Some don't. We always like to kind of start with that, like a little bit of background, where you're from, FSHD story. So why don't we kind of start there?
All right. Well, Art Abrams. I live in Iowa City, Iowa. I'm a pediatric clinical pharmacist. So I do have some science background there, actually, a fair amount of science background. Yeah. And diagnosed late in life. The story actually, I was diagnosed in 2021.
Okay.
But like so many people, you think back of all the times that it was clear that it was an FSHD thing. Even back when I was 9 years old. So with two friends, and we're riding bikes, we're racing, and we're racing around the block, and we raced the first time, and they smoked me. I mean, I am so happy. And so we rest up, and then we're gonna race again. All right. So and I am not going to let that happen again. So we take off, and we turn the first corner. I'm with them. We turn the second corner, starting to lose them a little. We get to the third corner, and I've kind of lost them, but then I'm thinking, that's it. I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna catch these guys, and I'm gonna show them I can beat them and all. No. So I blasted. I go full strength around that corner, and then boom, right into a car.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Art.
Both my legs. I mean, I am so lucky. I mean, because that could have been. I mean, in a hospital, I see things like this go really, really bad. I mean, and getting out of there with two broken legs was definitely a blessing. Anyways,
wow.
All through, even high school. High school, I did soccer, I did track, I did cross country. I was, an average athlete at best, and I rarely missed a practice. Soccer, boy, I knew soccer skills. I could do the basic skills to no end, but boy, when it came to actually powering that ball into the goal, I just did not have the muscle like so many other guys did. I mean, it just wasn't there. And all through college, doing all this stuff, high school, I mean, I had leg pains. I had a lot of leg pains, and it's always attributed to, the accident. And that'd be the obvious thing. And growing pains and shin splints, and I always just worked my way through
Circle back to that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're always thinking it was the accident. It was getting hit by a car. It would make sense. So,
makes sense.
So, college, high school really got me into working out. I mean, even though I was an average athlete at best, I love working out. And college, I ran, of course, not collegiately. I had a brother and sister that both ran collegiately scholarship, but not me, and that was okay. I played a lot of racquetball. Racquetball is a lot like soccer. I was good at it. I knew positioning. I had some good hits, but boy, I played some other person who kind of knew a little bit of, even knew a little bit about positioning. And if they could blast that ball like I could not do, I was done. But these are all things that were, FHD related. There's no doubt about that. Then, had kids, job, house. The working out stuff kind of fell off. I mean, it's just too busy. We were a little bit active. My wife and I, we were part of a volleyball team, co-ed volleyball team, and our first name were the Flying Sphincters. We all loved the name, but
I didn't know that those flew. That's cool.
Yeah. I don't think the league liked our name, so we ended up changing the name.
Okay.
It was very descriptive of our team. We just called ourselves the Bad and the Ugly. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
My very last volleyball game. So the guy on the other side about to spike the ball. So I go up to try to block it. I do my best jump, and if it's an FSHD jump about this high. So I come down and I dislocate and break my ankle. I mean, my foot is pointing the wrong way, and it hurt. But that was clearly
coward. Yeah,
that was clearly an FSHD thing. I mean, the weak ankles, that was definitely there. Then time went on, and in 2006 I started working out again, and I worked out a lot, 5 days a week. A lot of biking, no running, and looking back, I blamed kind of the ankle, but I actually couldn't run anymore. I mean, it just wasn't going to happen. And that was also, I blamed the ankle, but that was clearly an FSHD thing, Then 2020, so this is during COVID. So, I'm tripping a lot, just walking and boom, I trip and I stumble a lot. And I've now become the slowest walker I knew. And this is, I'm working out a lot. And
So like since 2006, you said you kind of ramped things up. So you've stayed somewhat consistent until 2020, like that amount of time, you think? Like doing workouts on a regular basis?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've always liked doing it,
Sure.
I'm tripping on. I said, I'm going to go see a physical therapist. So I go see the physical therapist, and we have 20 sessions, and my ankles were really weak when we started. The end of 20 sessions, no difference whatsoever.
Wow.
And she had noticed some other things. And at the 20th session, says, there's nothing else I can do for you. I think you should go to a neurologist. And I didn't say this to her, of course, but I'm thinking, there's no way I need a neurologist, and I'm thinking she doesn't know what she's talking about. Of course, I did not say that to her. I'm more polite than that. But I call my primary because I figured I've known him for years. And he'll just set me up with a local physical therapist that he likes. And he goes to me, Art, I think I'm going to send you to my ortho friend. And he's got a background in neurology. And now I'm thinking, there might be something here. I don't know.
Two people.
Yeah, I do have two people now.
Yeah.
And so a couple really things occurred that made me nervous. First of all, I had this ortho appointment in 10 days. And there's so many ortho appointments. Their first appointment, unless you have a broken leg, it's weeks and weeks to get that appointment. And I had this. I had this in less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
So I know. And I kind of figured that's because they were friends, but maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So I go in, and I'm at the University of Iowa here. It's Children's Hospital there, but I'm at obviously not in the Children's Hospital. And so his resident comes in, and she does those basic things that they test you over and so forth. And she leaves, and then he comes in, and he really just talked to me, and he wasn't very long. He's pretty nice. He's a nice guy. So he says, "Art, I'm gonna order you an MRI." Well, that's a little concerning. Yep. And I'm gonna do some muscle stimulation test on you, and I'm writing a referral to you to the neurologist. Well, now, all right, I got 3 people saying, I need to see a neurologist, and this is a little nerve-wracking. So I don't know. What would you do in this situation when you went home?
Well, my story is similar to yours, as in like hopping from one to the next, and they're telling you this and this and this.
Yeah.
When I got the muscle test, though, that you're talking about,
which I never actually got, but
yeah. The guy just laid it on me, man. He just like, I think we're dealing with a muscular dystrophy issue. I'm like, what? Like, just like that. Just like, hey, can you pass the salt? The same type of tone. Same tone. No big deal. Like I just told this to the last 2 people, Tim. No big deal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a big deal. Yeah.
It is. So, I go home after that, and I go to Google.
Of course.
Google.
Of course.
Neurology. Weak muscles.
Okay.
And do you know what?
That's very general, Art. That's very dangerous. Yeah.
That is an awful, awful pathway. And then I get my MRI the next week, and that actually, that timing of that, I knew we can get MRIs relatively quickly, but was unheard of. So we're only like 20 days out from talking to my primary. But 2 days after that MRI, I get a call from the neurology clinic and says, "Hey, we got time for you. We want you to come in." Well, now I'm super nervous.
Because that's fast.
That is. We are months and months for neurologists, unless you have a major issue. I mean,
right.
Yeah, you're months out. So I go to the neurology appointment, and this is during COVID. So I am super nervous about this, and my wife could not go with me, but she could be on the phone during the appointment.
And was she on the phone during the appointment?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, she was. Okay.
Yes. So the neurologist walks in, and she does the you push here, you pull there, and she looks at my back. She has me stand. She has me walk a little, and then she walks out of the room. And she's very polite. I mean, she didn't just walk out of the room. She said, I'll be right back.
Yeah, and, a decent bedside manner, right?
Yeah. Personally, she wasn't gone very long. I actually think she went to get more coffee. I don't know. But, so she walks back, and she goes, "Art, you have FSHD. We're gonna draw some blood and test you. The result's gonna come back in a month, and it's gonna say you have FSHD." I mean, she was like, that's what you have. She didn't need the test, but the blood test, we're doing it anyways.
Yeah.
And then she spent the rest of the hour, a good hour, talking to me about FSHD.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive, actually, in my opinion. I mean, I've heard a lot of people share their stories in an hour, one-on-one with you after the fact to talk about it. That's pretty good.
Oh, I got family members. They got nothing near that. So this was like a great, I don't want to use the term great appointment, because I left there numb. I mean, in shock,
right.
And that's my FSHD diagnosis day.
Yeah. Wow. So then you kind of hinted, do other members of your family have it or no?
Yeah. So after my appointment, we kind of waited for that blood test to come back. Because you're not going to say this when you don't actually have that. Yeah,
but did your family know that you went in there?
No.
Oh, okay. So good. So all this is kind of still waiting. Just you and your wife.
And my kids are adult kids. They
Yeah.
don't live at home. It's just me and my wife here.
Okay. Okay.
So it came back positive, and telling close friends and family about this, it was really hard for us. There's no doubt. It was really hard. We have some close friends that we actually went over to their house and we practiced with them, So, because I can be really emotional, well, obviously, so can these friends, but we all work through it.
That's good. I mean, that's good, right? It was a safe place to kind of display this and kind of walk it through a little bit. And what does this sound out loud? And like telling someone, hearing it about you is one thing. Telling someone else about yourself is another.
It's really hard. So we finally told our children, and we had them both tested, and they both tested negative, which is
that's fantastic.
It's important for both of them, but it's really was important. My son, I mean, he had a new job as a coordinator for an outdoor pursuits program at a university, and basically, that's a lot of physical activity, a lot of hiking, camping, rock climbing, you name it, rafting. And to have this diagnosis at his young age would have been, would have been awful.
Start thinking about a career shift already, right?
You bet.
Devastating.
Bet. Yeah. So, but he was negative. Now,
good.
I got three sisters and a brother. The brother and sister that actually ran collegiately were negative.
Okay.
The other two sisters, they were positive.
Okay.
And from there, a couple of nieces and nephews tested positive. There are quite a few nieces and nephews that opted not to test at all. And I don't know if I blame them. I mean, you hear this as an incurable disease. You think at least that you don't have any symptoms. You don't want to test. And I get that. I get that. So they have not tested.
Interesting. So and I've never. So did you kind of set this bomb off a little bit, lack of a better term, in your family to have people, they started getting tested because of your diagnosis, is what you're saying?
Yeah. And for sure. I had kind of a Zoom meeting with my brothers and sisters about it.
Yeah.
And then it spread out there throughout the rest of the family. And it was my mom. My mom was the one that was the carrier. And we tested her. She was 91 or 92 when we tested her. And we never told her. Because why?
Yeah.
She had symptoms that we, once you see that you have FSHD, then you can see the symptoms. But why would we tell her? First of all, she did have a little bit of delirium. And why make her feel falsely guilty about it?
Right.
At that point of her life. It just didn't make sense. So she never really found out about it. And we're all fine with that. So.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's interesting. That's probably the most I've heard that a family gets the information and takes such action, to kind of see, do we have it? I don't know if I've talked to someone that has more or less been kind of the igniter of this information for the family as much as that one, to kind of go from there.
So, my brother, he was negative, but he's got 5 boys. So that would have been
wow.
He's got a big family there, so
yeah, for sure. It's a big family in general, right? With everybody else.
Yeah,
man. So then you tell the family. Some take action, some don't. Once again, like you said, personal choice. And then what did you feel compelled to do? Because obviously you're wearing the FSHD Society shirt. We have you partly on because of the chapter. I mean, did you just immediately feel like I'm going to get involved?
No. In fact, I floundered.
Really?
I floundered for 3.5 years.
Wow.
So after my neurology appointment, and this is probably pretty typical. I got physical therapy. Now I have a great physical therapist. He is specialized, not special, but he has FHD training. He knows all about FSHD.
Fantastic.
Wow. Yeah, it is. It needs the universities need to really get more of that out there.
Yeah, they do.
Get more people trained that way. Well, anyways, he's fantastic. So I had 2 physical therapy sessions with him, and I had a 6-month appointment with my neurologist. So I really just incorporated the physical therapy instead of my 5 days a week workout. Just became 5 days a week physical therapy. And that was easy for me. I mean, because I already did something that time,
Yeah.
So I do that, and then 6-month appointment comes up, and I'm still kind of numb about all this. I'm still, still kind of thinking about life and so forth. And at the 6-month appointment, neurologist, she's great and so forth. And this was a big appointment because this is one where you see everybody. You see the neurologist, see the speech therapist, you see the occupational therapist, the physical therapist, anyone that they feel is relevant. And there's a lot of people, pulmonology's in there.
Right.
And,
trying to get baselines and tests, and
you bet. Yeah. So I had the go through that, and at the end, everything's status quo. All right, you can go. We'll see you next year. And this is not good with me. Because now I feel, and this is the feeling I've had since I was diagnosed, I feel isolated all alone. Now my family's super supportive, but they don't have FSHD. I mean, they don't know what I'm going through.
Yeah.
And this waiting another year to find out what's going on just doesn't pan out well for me. So I'm talking to my physical therapist, and he's a great guy and all. And, hey, why don't we meet quarterly if you don't mind? And just, see how I'm doing. I mean, I'm doing a lot of physical therapy, and we can tinker with things. And if I have aches and pains, we can, deal with them if that's something you can deal with. And he was very agreeable with that. And that's what we started doing. And that worked out. It's worked out fantastic. I mean, it really has. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And it's somebody that I feel like he's on my side, and he knows about FSHD.
Yeah.
So I did that for 3.5 years. Okay. And then, I do a lot of reading, the science of FSHD. The FSHD Society webpage has incredible information about the science of FSHD and the studies and all that. And there is a new platform out at BetterLife, which I had gotten onto early on. I really like that platform. There's some great information there, and you had the studies. I mean, it would match me up for a study, possibly not match. See if I match for a study. It doesn't really match.
Yeah, to go apply and so forth. Yeah.
And I really like that. And so I'm looking through all this stuff and all, and then I see this little blimp off to the side. All right. And this is where you come into my life. All right. It was a Straight Talk episode with Johnny Quintana.
Oh, Johnny. Yeah.
And
good stuff.
Why is this a big interest to me?
Yeah.
Because I have a son who's an avid rock climber. So right away, I got to see this. All right.
Yeah.
So, I watched this episode, and Johnny's great. I mean, my God, he has a story. Everybody should hear his story. And that was really interesting, so forth. But what I really, really appreciated on this was a talk between you and Johnny about FSHD. You are the first 2 people I've ever saw that both had FSHD and were talking about it. And what you're talking about were the exact things that I was going through. My thoughts, my issues.
Yeah.
You guys really were not even knowing it, how many of them you were covering. And that was like a wow moment.
Wow.
It
means a lot.
And it should.
I'm glad.
Do a lot for a lot of people. Yeah. And it was a great feeling. And that was when I started looking around. All right, I'm looking at the society webpage, and now I'm mingling over from the science to the other stuff, which I've never looked at before.
The other side of it, right? The other world of FSHD.
It was. Yeah. And I started looking at the chapters thinking, you know, after the, you know, after that episode, these chapters probably have a lot to offer me and other
Yeah.
people. And then I started looking, is there one in Iowa? There is not one in Iowa. There's one, I got one in Chicago, one in St. Louis. So I was thinking, well, maybe I need to give them a call or find out about it. Maybe I should just join them. But if I join them, I mean, they'd take me. There's no doubt.
Well, sure. Yeah.
I'd learn a lot, but
right.
they're not going to know anything about my services here in Iowa. So, you know, the thought was, well, maybe I should just get one started here in Iowa. So, all right. So how are we doing on? All right. So,
oh no, we're good. We're good.
Good.
This is very interesting. Now, you have me totally engaged, Art. Keep going.
All right. So, okay. So now there's a side story. Okay.
Yeah.
So this your episode was in March of last year. Okay. Or at least I don't know. That's when I watched it.
Yeah.
It could have been 5 years earlier. You know, I don't know. But that's what I thought. So, you know, I really want to start looking at the chapter, but then I get an email from BetterLife FSHD, and they're looking for ambassadors. And
well, there you go.
I really like. Well, I always think of it as a website, but I guess technically it's a platform, and I could not tell you the difference. But they were calling it a platform, so I'll call it a platform. I loved it. I really liked what it did, and as I guess as a clinical pharmacist, I know some things about how studies work, and I saw all the benefits for the community from BetterLife. I mean, there's a ton of them, and so I can be a BetterLife ambassador. I have great things to say about it. What do you need me to do? And what they wanted to do is, you know, they need to spread the word about this because it is a great platform, and they wanted to do it through social media, and that's that's a really good idea because we know how social media can be. I mean, things can really fly through there. A couple issues with me. I hadn't been on Facebook for 4 to 5 years.
Okay,
and that was the only social media, you know, I really used. I even removed all the icons from my stuff, and also
wow.
But I still had a
you still had a presence. You just weren't using it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So I can do that. You know, go through my friends and you know, work through them and see what happens. And but the a couple minor issues, then is I'd only told my close friends about my FSHD. I mean, I didn't mind talking about it if somebody asked me about it, but I never, you know, publicized that, you know. So to do this, to put this out on Facebook means, you know, they're going to want to know why, all my friends want to know why pushing BetterLife FSHD. Well, of course I have it.
Right. So, like, what's with this?
So I put together a post that I think it turned out okay. And it tells my story and incorporates the benefits of BetterLife FSHD. And at the end, of course, actually several times through the post, I asked people, please share this story because we're trying to find people with this rare disease out there.
Right.
So I finally posted, and it did okay. I mean, I had 150 friends.
Okay.
And we had 80 shares, and I was happy.
That's solid. That's solid.
That is, and I did a count of all 150 people, and kind of looking at how many friends they had to kind of see how far this went, and it went to over 3,000 people, which is like, wow. That is like amazing. That's like social media. That's what I know. Of course, I don't see the secondary shares. You know,
right?
The people's friends, if they share it, I don't see that. So it probably went further beyond there. So how overall successful it was, I don't know. But you know, I got that out there. And that was during a time period where I would have been working more and getting the chapter moving. But it was something that I put a little focus on. And, you know, I got my story out there to all my friends and then some, which I would have had to do anyways with the chapter coming. So it was an okay timing on that.
And once you posted that, what was the response you got from friends? Because obviously, I was assuming they didn't know about it, and then boom, they're hit with this.
Oh, it was a great response. And then what I really found somewhat thrilling, because we talk about, so they post it and then other people post it. So those secondary posts, I actually got a couple responses back from other people. They weren't FSHD. They weren't people with FSHD. They were people with other rare diseases. And they just want to talk. Hey, that was, you know, what you did is great. And they gave me their perspective on life with their situation. And, you know, that was exciting to hear also, to see. But overall, you know, just really positive and so forth.
Yeah. It's really kind of a coming out, really. Like
100%.
Revealing something about yourself, being vulnerable to do that.
And then also,
you don't expect negative, obviously, from people, but it's still vulnerable.
Yeah, and this actually went to all my coworkers too.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's actually kind of hard.
That is, yeah.
So, I mean, we probably have 60 people in our department, and they're not all on my Facebook page, but you know, they all know. I mean, that gets around really fast.
Yeah.
So,
did you notice, like, when you have face-to-face interactions then with people after that post, more people know knowledge of it? Were the interactions a little different, like when they asked you simply, "How are you doing?"
Well, Timmy, I work overnight.
Okay.
So it's only me and just one other person.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
So
that's the environment.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. You're not sure. Yeah. They're just.
I'm sure they talked about it.
Because I know that when I, said something, you're right. It's kind of a coming to grips with it. There was a mourning period. I never got super quiet about it. I felt like I was okay with telling more people. I felt like that was more supportive to me selfishly. If I kind of put it on some people that I trusted. One of the first people I told was my boss at the time. She had MS or has MS. I don't work there anymore, but I even still, from time to time, will message her, text her, hey, checking in, how's she doing, vice versa. Once again, like to your point, someone else with the disease, there's something, you immediately kind of, that human connection happens beyond, oh, you're my boss, etc. She enlightened me very quickly that kind of a warning, like you're going to feel these things, and things I would have not known if I did not have that conversation with her by being vulnerable with it, because she knew I was going to the doctor. And when I got back, like a couple of days, she kind of let it breathe for a day or two, and then she kind of came in the office. So how's it going? Whatever happened to that doctor's appointment?
Yeah.
And I didn't really say anything quickly. She went, uh-oh. And she closed the door. We were in my office, and she's like, what happened? Do you want to share? Do you want to tell me, or no? You don't have to tell me. Because now it's like an employer and all that kind of stuff. But no, I felt very comfortable to tell her, and what she said, you're going to mourn this. You're going to mourn the person you thought you were going to be. Now is someone totally different. What does this mean? A lot of questions that you're not going to have answers for, that you need answers for. And it helped me understand a little more of like why I was feeling the way I was feeling. Like you, I mean, I can get emotional quick enough. I have a hard time watching someone else cry, even if it's a total stranger, without feeling, oh, they must really be going through something. Now I project that or feel it too and absorb it. So I get it, Art. Like that's a lot, right? That's a lot to work through for you. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and some of the coworkers did say something to me. They were pretty supportive. But overall, like in my situation, there was no issues because there's nobody.
There's nobody. That makes it a little easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So after that coming out, this is August, last August.
Okay.
I contacted Chicago chapter, and I spoke with Mary. And do you know Mary?
I've talked to her. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. In the
Mary.
Chicago chapter. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mary's great.
Great, helpful resource for sure.
Oh, yeah, she's funny. She's knowledgeable. She's great. She convinced me that I can just keep going forward with this, and she connected me with Beth from FSHD Society, and Beth was really supportive of doing this. Said, well, let's have a Zoom of interest to see if people are interested in having a chapter. So the society sent out invites to a Zoom meeting to all of its people of Iowa. And that is 40 to 50 people that they have emails for, which that's not
a lot.
I kind of wanted more than that.
Yeah, right.
We got 5 responses out of that number of people that'd be interested in coming to that Zoom meeting. And so we, night of the Zoom meeting, I got on a couple minutes early. Beth was there. We were talking, and the meeting time came up, and well, Beth and I was still talking. There was no one there, and time went on a little bit more, and I'm getting a little antsy. Guess there's nobody here, and then all of a sudden, bing, somebody pops in.
One person.
One person.
Okay.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. 1 out of 50. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a decent discussion and so forth. Like so many of my FSHD people I talk with, they're always good discussions. The society is super busy. And understandably, things slow down with getting this chapter going. I'm still searching for people, which is no easy task to do. I'm able to get, 10 to 12 people interested. So, that's something.
That is something.
So December comes, and we get our webpage, the Iowa chapter webpage. We get a Iowa chapter Facebook page, and then Beth says, we got to do a in-person meeting. Which, it's a challenge. We're a big state.
It's
not
vast.
Everybody is down the street from me. In fact, not many at all. But she said, let's do it after the Volunteer Leaders Summit in January. So that was the plan, and we set it up, and the meeting is this Saturday.
It is.
So
wow.
It is this Saturday. And you know what? You know what it is? It is almost exactly 1 year from when I saw you and Johnny.
Yeah. That was like March. Last year, 25th, somewhere in there. Right. It was end of March when we did that recording. And that's amazing and fast. Art. That's a lot, because you go from your BetterLife ambassadorship. That's huge, because we are really trying to push that all the time, making sure people get involved. It's a massively great resource, awesome portal, or whatever they're calling it, website, etc. Platform. And that platform is great. I think everybody should be on it all the time. Make sure that you're, going through the steps and the things that they email you. And it's kind of fun. It's interesting. It's super helpful. It's a way to be a connector, but that didn't seem to be enough, right? And then you're doing the Iowa chapter and face-to-face. So do you have RSVPs going then, I assume, for this face-to-face meeting? What can you tell us about it?
We do have RSVPs. There are not many. And then, I was finding people on the side that FSHD that are not part of the FSHD Society. So I am kind of hoping that some of them will also come. Like I said, we're a big state, and we've got people. So I'm in Iowa City. We got people in Des Moines, which is 2 hours away. We have people in Cedar Rapids, that's a half hour away. I got people up north about an hour away, and people, one guy even further up north, which is an hour and a half away. So, these in-person meetings, we're going to do them. But they're probably going to be traveling meetings in some ways. I don't need to have them always in Iowa City at all. In fact, they're not going to be. I mean, I'd love to go to Des Moines, have them there. So we'll have it in Iowa City. We'll get a handful of people here, and I'll go to Des Moines, have a meeting there once in a while, and we'll get a handful of people there. And that's probably how we'll do the in-person meetings. And we'll do Zoom meetings and so forth where everyone can get on. But the in-person ones will probably be just that way. And I'm okay with that. I know one of the guys in Des Moines. He's a great guy. I have no problem going out there and saying hello and having lunch and inviting all the other FSH people that are in Des Moines and stuff like that. So
because what you're offering is, people to possibly be the first time they ever met someone with the disease is pretty impactful moment. It kind of catches you off guard. At least it did for me. I think my first time, I was at a Chicago chapter meeting, and a lot of the things I did, and I don't want this to sound bad as like a husband or bad for my wife, but a lot of stuff, she's always asked me, you want me to go? I would go, and I'm like. Sometimes I just felt like I had to kind of walk it alone, at least the first time. Almost like, no, let me go on ahead and I'll come back and I'll get you and I'll tell, so I can kind of get you, so I know the path is cool. That's kind of my instincts. And every, when I came back from that, she could tell like, man, something happened there. Like you got changed a little bit, like, man, it is. It's just, it really changes you. And for me, the disease itself, I know people might kind of bust my chops a little bit about it being a blessing, so to speak, or because of, but I really believe that it's helped me become more empathetic to other people's things, their problems, their issues, their struggle, whatever that may be. Yeah,
I understand that.
And I think this has been a blessing that way.
Yeah.
So
sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Right.
So that's like where the growth of the chapter is. That is awesome. Nice live event happening.
And to answer your question about how many people that'd be at the meeting. So at the venue, I told them, and I got this spot way before I actually announced the meeting because you need to find a place because I know we got people in wheelchairs and so forth. So I need to make sure it's handicap accessible in every way, shape, and form. So I when I told them what it was and who it's for, that we're, FSHD, it's pretty uncommon and so forth. I don't know how many people are going to be there. So I said, let's make reservations. It's going to be between 5 and 20. And I'm definitely leaning more towards the 5 side on that. I'll be pleasantly surprised as that grows. So.
Well, I'll be in Iowa this summer, so maybe I'll have to kind of let you know when that is, and maybe we can swing through and say hello. Don't ask me exactly where; I'm not sure. Sometimes wherever there's a ball field, that's usually where I am. But we go there probably every summer in the last several, to go to the certain places in Iowa where our season takes us. But I love Iowa, Art. I do. I find it a very nice place to be, peaceful. I don't know why. Maybe it's the movie Field of Dreams gets me. I don't know, Art.
So I'm from the East Coast.
Okay.
And, I find Iowa a lot more overall relaxing in many different ways. So
that's my plug of why Iowans should get together. Share them. There's some time at this chapter meeting would be phenomenal if you could kind of get past that 5. But hey, the 5 is great if you get that. So what, right? I mean, it's the connection, it's the point, it's the why you're doing it. It's not how many.
Yeah. And my plan is to do this as long as I have FSHD. So and that's probably gonna be a while. So
for all of us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I always say that too. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll grow. We will grow.
So. Yeah. You grow and see and kind of see how it goes. How was the VLS? I definitely wanted to ask that.
Yeah. VLS. It's Volunteer Leader Summit. Um, I would rename it.
Would you really?
I would rename it Meet the Amazing People of the FSHD Society. Oh my God. I mean, it
Yeah.
was and my wife and I first time there. I mean, we're all relatively new to this, so
Hmm. Right.
there was a lot of information.
Yeah.
A lot of information. The
That's yeah.
I'll quickly go over the agenda, not really specifics, but it started on a Friday after lunch. There was some organized discussion groups. There's a 4 p.m. social hour dinner, and then
Mhm.
Saturday there are some general sessions. Then there's some breakout sessions, and on Sunday there were just some more general sessions, and just fantastic information. My wife and I, we drove there. It's
Mhm.
3.5 hours.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not
No, we're
bad.
not getting on a plane for 3.5 hours or
No,
three and
no,
a half hour
no, it's
drive.
not bad.
We did get there a little late. I got off of work at 7 in the morning.
Mm.
So I slept for 3 hours, rolled out of bed, took a shower. We got in the car. We got to Chicago in time for the social hour on
Okay.
Friday. So we get to the social hour, and there's two groups, two tables loaded with people. There's
Mm.
about 8 to 10 people at each table. And this is what I'm really discovering with FSH people. We were so welcomed. And we walked in,
Mhm.
like we were a little late, and there saw us walking in. And immediately we just sat down at a table and just started talking and meeting and greeting.
Yeah.
And that's just the way these things run with this meeting and so forth. So you know, dinner, we sat down with some people from the society, just like the social. These are different people,
Right.
but the conversation just was great.
Mhm. Mhm.
Easy conversation. Now, that Friday, the numbers are a little bit low because I guess now I didn't have this problem driving, but I guess the weather in other parts of the country are really
Yeah,
bad.
if I recall. Yeah, it's always
Yeah,
tricky when they're doing
yeah.
something like
So
that in January. You know,
yeah.
especially in
So
Chicago. Yeah.
the social gathering was a little bit low on numbers. There were still 15 to 20 people there, but the
Wow.
dinner, several people had arrived by dinner time, and it was starting to crowd. And by Saturday, pretty much everybody was there. I think we
Mhm.
lost a couple of people because of the
Yeah,
travel.
because of the weather.
Um,
Yeah.
but and the Saturday the general sessions were solid.
Mhm.
They had breakout sessions. Um, so you can pick where you want to go to and learn.
Mhm.
So for me, being in a new chapter, not really knowing how so many things work administratively, I
Mhm.
went to any meeting that would help me with that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that normally would not be my first choice. It's where I kind of had to go because there are some other discussions, breakout sessions that I would love to have gone to. But
Mhm.
next year. There's always
Yeah.
next year. Um, the thing about all this, I mean, all the planned things were solid. They were good. But it's the conversations, the side conversations you have with these people where you really, really learn a lot. Because these people know so much.
Right.
And
That's the truth. Yeah.
it is. So here are the biggies for me. Besides,
Yeah.
they had a great agenda. But to hear what other chapters are doing, I mean,
Mhm.
God, yeah, I got to learn what other chapters are doing because I got to start doing
You got to
something.
do this. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's really important to me. And they tell you, they talk about, these are all side conversations. For the most part, what works and what doesn't work. I mean, this
Mhm.
is really important information. They share struggles. There's some universal struggles. I mean, getting as many people to your chapter meeting that you envision that should be there, that's hard.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean, and there's so many things that affect that, from weather, from your timing to a lot of different things.
Mhm.
But you leave that summit, you're inspired. You're ready to push forward and
Mhm.
go for it. I've done volunteer organizations before. I've done startup before, and it's hard. You always talk
Mhm.
about, well, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Mhm.
That sounds like a
Right.
bad thing, but it gets worse. I mean, there's always the 2 steps backwards and only 1 step forward. I mean, this stuff
Yeah.
happens, and
Right.
it's a meeting like this that when it just doesn't go the way you want it to go, that these people are so inspiring that you can keep going forward. And my favorite session, and it could be talked about at some other time, but it will be treatment ready. I mean, that term is popping up more and more. So important. My chapter is very much geared towards getting everybody treatment ready. So.
And what does that mean to you, the chapters? Like when you heard that at that meeting, what are they like defining that as treatment ready?
Okay. Well, so there's an awful lot of people with FSHD that do not have a neurologist. You were diagnosed 20 years ago, and the neurologist says there's nothing we can do for you. And in Iowa, well, you have to drive 2 to 3 hours to get to a neurologist. Are you going back? No, you're going to have your primary help manage any issues that pop up. So when the treatments come out, your primary will not be able to write that script. You're going to have to find a neurologist.
Right. So get one now.
So
is that what we're saying? Yeah.
I mean, we could be optimistically 5 years out from seeing something. I mean, that's optimism, but not unheard of. Yeah. And then sorry, I have my notes on this off to the side. Awful lot of people do not have a blood test. There is no way an insurance company is going to pay for this treatment, which will not be cheap, without seeing a blood test, seeing you're positive.
Right.
And a lot of people, those blood tests, a lot of insurance companies don't pay for them. I mean, they're pricey. And that's something you need to start thinking about in advance.
Right.
You don't, and then there's what I call the silly stuff. So you send your stuff off to the insurance company and you don't have the correct ICD code. The ICD code is your International Classification of Disease. And even though the doctor may write patient has FSHD, the insurance company, they may not care about that because you don't have the code. And then 1 month after you submit it, you get a letter back saying you've been denied because you don't have the right code. This is the stupid stuff. You just want to have all your ducks in a row. And then the final, and this is clearly a good role for the chapter, is it's education. It's making sure everybody knows what's out there, what's coming up, when it's going to occur, and know about the medications, the treatments, what they're going to be in for. Is this a one-time thing, or do I have to go get an infusion every so often? So
what to expect, and kind of be on the forefront of kind of spreading that educational pieces out to everybody and making sure that they're ready. There's nothing wrong with that. That's sounds logical, right? And it's great that they were able to offer that to the chapters and of course spread that education throughout. It's a lot easier that way.
So Tim, I have as we're getting near the end here, because my coffee's running out and I'm eating more. I have a vision.
Okay.
So
share it.
So we're talking a little time out, 10, 15 years. So there's this mom in labor and delivery, and she just has her child, a baby girl. Okay. And mom has FSHD. The doctor comes and says, would you like your child tested for FSHD? And mom says without hesitation, yes. Because mom knows there's treatment out there if she has FSHD. So the tests come back and the little girl is positive. And that's never going to be great information, but mom is confident because of the treatments out there. So the child turns, gets a little older, and mom takes her to a pediatric neurologist, and pediatric neurologist says, well, we want to draw a blood level to see the FSHD level, which that's not available yet, but we're going to see that. We're going to see blood tests that tell you how active your FSHD is at some point. Okay. And the neurologist is going to see this and say, yeah, it's a little bit active and we want to treat. So this young child gets treated, and the young child has a very, very active childhood. She turns 10, and, you know, another follow-up visit with the neurologist. It's probably going to be there forever. And they draw the blood level again of FSHD, and it's a little bit active again. We want to test for it. We want to treat for it. So they treat for it, and very good. Things go well, and, you know, this 10-year-old turns into a teen. And then she picks up a basketball, and she's really good at it. She's exceptionally good at it. And she ends up getting a scholarship to the University of Iowa. And she plays for the team. And senior year, last shot, she breaks all of Caitlin Clark's records. Caitlin Clark is in the audience because everyone knows this girl. And, you know, Caitlin Clark has seen a miracle. But the miracle was not breaking Caitlin's record. It was what happened 22 years earlier.
Right.
So that is my vision. And
it's a good vision.
Therapy is for everybody. It's going to help everybody. But I think that is like the optimal thing for a child born with FSHD. It's capped off right from the beginning. Right. And that's not science fiction. It's just time. And we will get there. 10, 15 years, we're going to be there.
Beautiful.
And I will be at that game. Caitlin Clark's going to be in front row. And I can't afford those seats. I mean, with a little luck, I'll be on top row. I mean, I'm 62. I could be higher than top row. But, you know, it's going to happen. So
it's going to happen. I love it. I love it. I love
100% confident of that. And it's not science fiction. So.
No. And then with your help, what you're doing in Iowa, just over the last year, what you've done, right, is been fast paced, moving. I'm sure your chapter is going to grow huge. And with that help comes these things that you're talking about. That vision can become reality without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yes. Well, thanks, Art, for joining us, man. This was a great conversation.
And it was great talking with him. And once again, I mean, it's all you. You know, this all started you and Johnny.
Yeah, I'm totally directing that to Johnny. Just so you know, I've had such positive feedback off that particular episode. All of them have been fun and great. That one stands out a little bit because of what he brought to the table, and I'm just really, really blessed and humbled that it impacted you in such a way to kind of set these things in motion.
Yeah. Well, if Johnny is ever in upstate New York, where my son is, there's a rock wall that he is welcome to climb. So.
Oh, sweet. Hopefully Johnny's listening. Hey, well, maybe we should send something to him and let him know maybe that connection's got to happen.
So,
for sure.
All right.
For sure.
All right.
Thanks, Art.
Well, all right. Well, I'll be seeing you around, Tim. Bye.
Absolutely. Take care. Oh, man. That is Art Abrams of Iowa chapter. Within a year, he has grown the chapter, BetterLife Ambassador, which is huge. He did that first. Looks like that's how he dipped his toe into this. Love his vision. Clearly, he spent some time on that, man. And positive thinker. FSHD Society kind of reached out to me to kind of get in touch with Art because he was growing this chapter out. He wanted to do the Volunteer Leadership Summit, the VLS, as he wants to rename it, to something more powerful. Just great people that get together of FSHD Society, right? Art will now inspire others, right? If it's through this platform, great, exceptional, awesome. But through his chapter, getting people together, their first meeting here coming up. As we record this is March. They're recording during the middle of the week, and looks like his first is going to be this weekend. I think he said Saturday, so that's the 7th. I think this is going to air after that, so I hope that the meeting went well. It's hard to plug it for that particular reason, but I'm going to plug the fact that you should be in tune then of the Iowa chapter. It's a nice spot in the country to me. Like, you got to draw people really close. I mean, it's not a far drive for me. I wasn't kidding when I said I really enjoy spending time in Iowa. I plan on being there again this summer. Maybe I'll have to swing by and say hello to Art and grab some coffee. Yeah. So reach out to that chapter if you're in the area. Definitely do what you can to support Better Life, be a part of that platform. It is a remarkable platform. They put a lot of work into it. I get emails on it on a regular basis, and they're good emails. They're the ones you want. And to stay connected with it, and there's surveys on there, information. The list goes on and on, so check that out too. If you want to be on the podcast, either to represent a chapter you're with, that's obviously a great conversation starter right there, or a topic you want to cover, or maybe you want to nominate another guest to be on the show. FSHD radio at FSHDsociety.org is my email. Before I let everybody go and kind of close up shop, I was emailed from it was first through LinkedIn, which I do check from time to time, so you can do that, or on Facebook as part of I check probably more regularly. Send me direct DMs on there too. That's open. So is my LinkedIn as well if you want to search me on there. But I heard from a family in the Appleton area in Wisconsin, and I was flattered. They want to meet, and we're going to and kind of talk, and it's exciting for me to do that. If you ever want to do that, just reach out to me. I like road trips. They're going to come actually down my neck of the woods. We still have yet to make that exact spot known, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of see this being a chapter, so to speak, through the podcast platform. If I'm in your ears, or if you're watching through YouTube, or through all the other social channels that FSHD Society puts this on, I'm blessed. I really am, to have such a network of people helping bring the podcast to you every episode. A great network of people in this community that watch it, get inspired by it. Art has been a great example of that. This family that reached out to me, also another example of it. It keeps me going to do this podcast. When I talk to people about the different things I do in my given day, week, etc., they're a little blown away by the fact that how do I find the time to do things I do? I have a massive support group in my family. My kids are big time supporters. My wife, the biggest supporter of them all. And without that, it doesn't happen. And I know you all have that. And these chapters can be in addition to that. So I implore you to join a chapter near you, get involved with the community, and get involved as much as you're comfortable with getting involved with, because it can be helpful. It can be therapeutic. It can be something that keeps you going. And for me, you just keep rowing, right? You just keep going. So thanks again, Art, for joining. You want to be on the show, FSHD radio at FSHDsociety.org. Thanks for being a part of this episode. You have been listening to FSHD Straight Talk Podcast. Take care. Hi, everyone. I've got some exciting news for you from the FSHD community. If you've ever felt the unpredictability of FSHD, or wish there was more accurate research and information out there, and I know you have, then listen up. I'm thrilled to tell you about BetterLife FSHD, a groundbreaking new research platform from the FSHD Society that's changing the game for those of us living with FSHD. BetterLife is your one-stop hub for tracking symptoms, accessing personalized resources like articles and videos relevant to you. And the best part, as you take surveys and track your symptoms, you provide FSHD researchers with better data to understand this complex, understudied disease. And a better understanding can lead to faster treatments, something every one of us can get behind. So head over to BetterLifeFSHD.org and join the study. It only takes a minute to get signed up. Together, we can change the future for everyone affected by FSHD.